Sometimes the people we love most can hurt us in ways we never expect, especially when little eyes are watching. What happens when a moment of anger becomes a turning point for an entire family? What would you do if your partner lost control in front of your kids? The coffee maker gurgles as Rachel pours hot coffee into her chipped Best Mom mug. She wipes the counter, glancing at the clock. Her hands move quickly, flipping pancakes and slicing strawberries. The kitchen smells warm and sweet, but her eyes look tired. Ethan rushes in, backpack half-zipped. "Mom, did you sign my field trip form?" he asks, mouth full of toast. Rachel nods, searching through a stack of papers. "It's right here, honey. Don't forget to give it to your teacher this time." Maddie skips to the table, dragging her favorite stuffed bunny. "Can I have extra syrup, please?" she asks, swinging her legs. Rachel smiles, pouring syrup onto Maddie's plate. "Just a little, okay? We don't want a sugar rush before school." David enters, tie crooked, phone pressed to his ear. He barely glances at the table. "Where's my blue folder?" he mutters, voice tense. Rachel points to the counter. "It's by the toaster, next to your coffee." He grabs the folder without looking up. "I'm late. Did you pack my lunch?" Rachel nods, sliding a lunch bag across the counter. "It's turkey and cheese, just how you like it." David sighs, still scrolling through his phone. "Thanks. I have a meeting at 8, so I need to go soon." Ethan looks at his dad, hopeful. "Can you come to my soccer game tonight?" David barely hears him. "We'll see, buddy. I have a lot going on at work." Maddie frowns, hugging her bunny. "Daddy, you promised last time." David glances at his watch, frustration flickering across his face. "I said I'll try, Maddie. No promises." Rachel bites her lip, trying to keep her voice calm. "We'd love to have you there, David. It means a lot to the kids." He shrugs, pouring coffee into a travel mug. "I'll do what I can." The silence grows heavy. Ethan stares at his plate. Maddie pushes her food around with her fork. Rachel forces a smile, brushing Maddie's hair back. "Eat up, sweetie. The bus will be here soon." The clock ticks loudly. Rachel takes a sip from her chipped mug, the warmth steadying her. She glances at David, wishing he'd look at her, really look at her. For just a moment, David grabs his bag, heading for the door. "I'll see you all tonight. Don't wait up if I'm late." Ethan calls after him, "Bye, Dad." But David is already gone. Rachel stands at the sink, watching the kids finish breakfast. She wants to say something, to break the tension, but the words stick in her throat. Maddie slides off her chair, tugging Rachel's sleeve. "Are you okay, Mommy?" Rachel kneels, hugging Maddie close. "I'm okay, baby. Just a little tired." Ethan grabs his backpack, pausing at the door. "Love you, Mom." Rachel smiles, her voice soft. "Love you too. Have a good day." The kids leave, their laughter fading down the driveway. Rachel stands alone in the kitchen, sunlight catching the cracks in her Best Mom mug. She takes a deep breath, fighting back the ache in her chest. The house feels quiet, almost too quiet. Rachel listens to the clock ticking, the echo of unspoken words hanging in the air. She wonders how many mornings she can keep pretending everything is fine. She closes her eyes, holding the mug tight, and lets the silence settle around her. The kitchen is busy with the usual morning rush. Rachel sorts through a stack of papers, searching for Ethan's permission slip. Ethan stands by the door, shifting his weight from foot to foot. Maddie hums quietly, drawing on a napkin. David enters, already tense, his phone buzzing in his hand. "Rachel, where's that permission slip for Ethan's trip? I told you last night it was important." Rachel looks up, flustered. "I'm looking for it now. I know I signed it. It has to be here somewhere." David's voice sharpens. We're going to be late, Rachel. Why can't you ever keep things organized? Ethan's eyes widen. Mom, I really need it. Mrs. Parker said no slip, no trip. Rachel's hands shake as she flips through the pile. I'm sorry, Ethan. I'll find it. Just give me a second. David slams his hand on the counter, making everyone jump. No, this is ridiculous. Every morning it's something. You never listen, Rachel. You never pay attention to what matters. Rachel freezes, her cheeks burning. Maddie drops her crayon, staring at her parents with wide, frightened eyes. David's voice rises, echoing through the kitchen. I work all day, and you can't even keep track of a simple piece of paper? What do you do all day, Rachel? This is embarrassing. Ethan's lip trembles. Maddie hugs her bunny, silent. Rachel's voice is small. David, please, not in front of the kids. He ignores her, grabbing his bag. Maybe if you actually paid attention, things wouldn't always be such a mess. Rachel stands stunned, humiliation washing over her. David storms out, slamming the door so hard, the windows rattle. The kitchen is silent, except for the ticking clock. Ethan stares at the floor. Maddie's eyes fill with tears. Rachel kneels beside them, her voice shaking. I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't mean for that to happen. Ethan whispers, Are you okay, Mom? Rachel nods, forcing a smile. I'm okay. Sometimes grown-ups get upset, but it's not your fault. Maddie hugs Rachel tight, her voice tiny. I don't like it when Daddy yells. Rachel strokes her hair. Me neither, sweetheart. She finds the permission slip under a stack of mail and hands it to Ethan. Here it is. You'll still make it in time. Ethan nods, grabbing his backpack. Thanks, Mom. Rachel walks them to the door, her heart heavy. Have a good day at school. I love you. Love you too, Ethan says, glancing back with worried eyes. Maddie waves, clutching her bunny. The door closes, and Rachel is left alone in the kitchen. The echo of David's words rings in her ears. She stands at the sink, scrubbing dishes with trembling hands. Her cheeks are still hot, her chest tight. She blinks back tears, remembering the look on her children's faces. Have you ever been embarrassed or hurt by someone you love in front of others? How did you handle it? Share your story below. Rachel wipes her eyes and keeps cleaning, the morning sun doing little to warm the cold, empty room. Rachel stands at the kitchen sink, her hands lost in soapy water. The house is quiet, but her mind won't settle. Every word David shouted still echoes in her ears. She tries to shake it off, but the sting of humiliation lingers like a bruise. She glances at the clock. It's almost noon. She wipes her hands, grabs her phone, and scrolls through messages. Nothing from David. She sighs, wishing the morning had never happened. At school, Ethan sits alone at lunch, poking at his sandwich. He barely talks to his friends, his eyes fixed on the table. Maddie sits with her class, drawing a picture with big, shaky strokes. She colors the house gray, the windows dark, and adds a small, sad figure in the doorway. Back at home, Rachel tries to focus on work, but her mind drifts. She remembers being a little girl, hiding behind the couch while her parents argued. Their voices were sharp, their words heavy. She remembers the feeling of wanting to disappear, of wishing someone would just notice how scared she was. The doorbell rings, breaking her thoughts. Jessica Lee, her best friend and neighbor, stands on the porch holding a basket of muffins. Jessica's eyes are kind, but sharp with concern. Rough morning? She asks, stepping inside. Rachel nods, voice barely above a whisper. You heard. Jessica sets the basket on the counter. I heard the door slam, and Maddie's teacher called. She said Maddie seemed sad today. Rachel's shoulders slump. David yelled at me, in front of the kids. I feel so small. Jessica hugs her. I'm sorry, Rach. That's not okay. You know that, right? Rachel nods, tears pricking her eyes. I know. I just don't want the kids to feel what I felt growing up. Jessica squeezes her hand. Then talk to them. Don't let this sit. They need to know it's not their fault, and that you see them. Rachel wipes her eyes, nodding. You're right. I'll talk to them after school. Jessica smiles, her voice gentle. You're a good mom. Don't let one bad moment make you forget that. Rachel forces a small smile. Thanks, Jess. I needed to hear that. The afternoon sun shifts across the kitchen floor. Rachel sits at the table, staring at Maddie's drawing. Gray house, sad face, heavy clouds. She knows she can't let this be the memory her kids carry. As the school bus rumbles down the street, Rachel stands and takes a deep breath. She's determined not to repeat the mistakes of her own childhood. Today, she'll listen. Today, she'll make sure Ethan and Maddie know they matter. The sun sets, painting the kitchen in soft gold. Rachel stirs a pot of soup, her mind heavy with worry. The kids sit at the table, Ethan quietly doing homework, Maddie coloring with her markers. The silence feels different tonight, thicker, waiting. Maddie looks up first, her voice small. Mommy, are you sad? Rachel blinks, surprised. She sets down her spoon and kneels beside Maddie. Why do you ask, sweetie? Maddie fidgets with her drawing. You looked sad this morning. When Daddy yelled, I didn't like it. Ethan glances up, his eyes serious. I didn't like it either. I was scared. I didn't know what to do. Rachel's heart aches. She takes Ethan's hand and pulls Maddie into her lap. Thank you for telling me. I was sad, and I was embarrassed. But I want you to know, none of it was your fault. Ethan's voice is quiet. Were you mad at us? Rachel shakes her head. Never. Grown-ups make mistakes too. Sometimes we say things we don't mean when we're upset. But you two did nothing wrong. Maddie slides her drawing across the table. I made this for you. The picture shows their family. Rachel, David, Ethan, and Maddie, all holding hands under a bright sun. Rachel's eyes fill with tears. She hugs Maddie close. This is beautiful, Maddie. Thank you. It means a lot. Ethan leans in, his voice trembling. Will you and Dad be okay? Rachel nods, her voice gentle. We'll be okay. We just need to talk and listen to each other more. And I promise, I'll always listen to you too. Maddie rests her head on Rachel's shoulder. I just want everyone to be happy. Rachel kisses her forehead. Me too, sweetheart. And I'm so proud of you both for telling me how you feel. Ethan smiles, a little more relaxed. Can we always talk about stuff like this? Rachel squeezes his hand. Always. No matter what. The three of them sit together, wrapped in a quiet hug. Rachel feels something shift. A little hope. A little peace. Her children's honesty and kindness surprise her, showing her just how strong they are. As the soup simmers and the house grows calm, Rachel looks at Maddie's drawing again. The family holding hands is more than just a picture. It's a promise. She knows what she has to do next. Rachel stands, her heart lighter. She's ready to talk to David, not just for herself, but for Ethan and Maddie, too. The house is quiet. The only sound, the hum of the dishwasher. Rachel sits at the kitchen table, Maddie's drawing of their family spread out in front of her. She hears David's footsteps on the stairs as he comes down, his face tired, eyes wary. He stands in the doorway, rubbing his neck. Kids asleep? Rachel nods, her voice careful. Yeah, they were worried about us. David sighs, sitting across from her. He fidgets with his wedding ring, glancing at the drawing. I'm sorry about this morning. I shouldn't have yelled. Not at you. Not in front of them. Rachel looks down, her hands shaking a little. You really hurt me, David. I felt so small. I was embarrassed, and I could see how scared Ethan and Maddie were. He swallows, voice rough. I know. I saw their faces. I hate that I did that. I don't want to be that kind of dad. Rachel's eyes fill with tears. It's not just about this morning. I feel like we're always rushing, always tense. I try to hold everything together, but sometimes I feel invisible. David leans forward, elbows on the table. I've been so stressed at work. I'm worried about money, about bills. I guess I let it all out on you. That's not fair. She shakes her head, voice soft but steady. No, it's not. I need you to talk to me, not just snap. I need to feel like we're in this together. David's voice cracks. I'm sorry, Rach. I really am. I'm ashamed of how I acted. I wish I could take it back. Rachel wipes her eyes, a long silence stretching between them. I want to forgive you, David, but it's hard. I need to know things will change. He nods, tears in his eyes. I want to change. I don't want our kids to grow up scared of us, or thinking yelling is normal. Rachel's voice trembles. I remember my parents fighting. I remember hiding, wishing someone would just listen. I promised myself I'd never let my kids feel that way. David reaches for her hand, his grip gentle. We can do better. I know we can. I'll try harder to talk to you. Not at you. Rachel squeezes his hand, her anger softening. We both need to try. I want us to be a team again. David nods, wiping his face. Let's work on this. For us, for the kids. Maybe we can even talk to someone, if it helps. Rachel smiles through her tears. I'd like that. And we need to apologize to Ethan and Maddie. Together. He nods. Yeah, they deserve that. They sit in silence for a moment, holding hands, the weight of the day slowly lifting. If you were in Rachel's shoes, would you forgive David right away, or would you need time and space? Let us know in the comments. Rachel glances at Maddie's drawing, hope flickering in her chest. She knows it won't be easy, but for the first time in a long while, she believes they can find their way back. The morning sun spills into the kitchen as Rachel pours cereal for Ethan and Maddie. David stands by the counter, hands tucked in his pockets, looking nervous. The kids eat quietly, stealing glances at their parents. Rachel clears her throat, her voice gentle. Can we all sit together for a minute? Ethan sets down his spoon. Maddie hugs her bunny close. David pulls out a chair and sits, his shoulders tense. David takes a deep breath. I want to say something to you both. I'm really sorry for yelling yesterday. I shouldn't have done that, especially in front of you. Adults make mistakes too, and I made a big one. Rachel nods, her eyes kind. We're both sorry. We want you to know it wasn't your fault. Sometimes grown-ups get upset, but that doesn't make it right. Ethan looks at his dad, voice small. Were you mad at us? David shakes his head. No, buddy. I was upset about other things, but I took it out on your mom. That wasn't fair. I promised to do better. Maddie fidgets with her bunny. I don't like it when people yell. Rachel reaches for Maddie's hand. Me neither, sweetie. That's why we're going to work on talking about our feelings instead of shouting. Ethan's eyes brighten. Can we have a way to share our feelings? Like a secret box or something? David smiles, the tension easing from his face. That's a great idea, Ethan. How about a family feelings jar? We can write down anything we're feeling, happy, sad, or even mad, and put it in the jar. Then we can talk about it together. Maddie grins. Can I decorate it with stickers? Rachel laughs, the sound light and real. Of course, Maddie. We'll all help. They find an empty jar and gather around the table. Maddie covers it with rainbow stickers. Ethan writes family feelings on a label, and Rachel ties a ribbon around the top. David slips the first note inside. I'm sorry, I love my family. Ethan adds one too. I was scared yesterday, but I feel better now. Rachel hugs both kids, her heart lighter. Thank you for being honest. We're going to get better at this together. David wraps his arms around them all, pulling them into a group hug. I love you guys. I'm going to try every day to be a better dad and husband. The jar sits in the center of the table, bright and full of promise. Rachel glances at it, feeling a weight lift from her shoulders. She knows healing will take time, but this is a good start. The family sits together, sharing smiles and quiet hope, ready to face the day as a team. The sun rises earlier now, spilling soft light into the kitchen. Rachel sits at the table, sipping coffee from her best mom mug, watching Ethan flip pancakes with careful focus. He grins, a little proud. I think I got it this time, Mom. Not even burnt. Rachel laughs, the sound easy and warm. You're getting better every week, Ethan. Maybe you'll be the breakfast chef from now on. Maddie bounces in, waving a folded note. I made you something, Mommy. She slips the paper into Rachel's hand and hugs her tight. The note is simple. I love you. You're the best. Rachel's heart squeezes with gratitude. David enters, hair damp from a shower, looking more relaxed than he has in months. He pours himself coffee, glancing at Rachel. Support group today. She nods, smiling. And your workshop? He shrugs, but there's a new lightness in his voice. It's helping. I'm learning to slow down, to breathe before I speak. Ethan slides a pancake onto David's plate. Dad, can we go hiking this weekend? Like we used to. David smiles, ruffling Ethan's hair. I'd like that. Let's make it a family day. Rachel watches them, hope blooming in her chest. The house feels different, lighter, safer. She remembers a time when laughter filled every room, when family road trips meant singing along to the radio and sharing stories. For a moment, she's back in the old minivan, Maddie asleep in her car seat, Ethan pointing out every cow in the fields, David's hand resting on hers as they drove toward the mountains. The memory fades, replaced by the present, by the sound of pancakes sizzling and her children's laughter. Rachel realizes they can get back to that place. It just takes effort and love and forgiveness. Later that week, Rachel sits in a circle of other parents at her support group. She listens as others share their struggles and hopes. When it's her turn, she speaks quietly. We had a hard time, but we're learning to talk again. My kids, they're teaching me more about forgiveness than I ever thought possible. After the meeting, Jessica catches up with her in the parking lot. You look lighter, Rach. Happier. Rachel smiles, feeling the truth of it. We're getting there. It's not perfect, but it's better. Back at home, Maddie leaves sticky notes on the fridge. You can do it, Daddy. And family hugs are the best. Ethan helps with chores, and David makes a point to ask about everyone's day at dinner. The family feelings jar fills with notes, some silly, some serious, all honest. One evening, David returns from his workshop and finds Rachel reading on the porch. He sits beside her, quiet for a moment. Thank you for not giving up on me, on us. Rachel squeezes his hand. We're a team, remember? We just forgot for a while. He nods, looking out at the yard, where Ethan and Maddie chase fireflies. I want to keep getting better. For you, for them. Rachel leans her head on his shoulder, feeling the trust between them slowly rebuild. Me too. As a holiday weekend approaches, Rachel gathers the family in the living room. I've got an idea. Let's have a family day. No phones, No work, just us. We can go hiking, have a picnic, maybe even take a drive like we used to. Ethan cheers. Can we play our old road trip games? Maddie claps. And sing songs? David grins. I'll pack the snacks. Rachel looks at her family, her heart full. She knows healing takes time. But these moments, these small, steady steps, are bringing them back together. The promise of a new family day hangs in the air, bright and hopeful, as Rachel hugs her kids close and plans for the joy ahead. A blanket spreads across the soft grass at the local park. Rachel sets out sandwiches and fruit, while Ethan and Maddie race each other to the swings. David laughs, chasing after them, his voice light and full of energy. The sun is warm, and the air is filled with the sounds of children playing and birds singing. Rachel watches her family, a gentle smile on her face. Ethan calls out, "Mom, come play tag." Maddie waves, her hair flying behind her as she runs. Rachel stands, joining the game, her laughter mixing with theirs. For the first time in a long while, she feels truly present. No heaviness, no fear, just joy. After the game, they sit together on the blanket, catching their breath. David hands out lemonade, grinning. Best picnic ever, right? Ethan nods, cheeks flushed. Way better than last year. Maddie leans against Rachel, holding her hand. I like it when we're all together. Rachel squeezes Maddie's hand, her heart full. Me too, sweetie. I hope we always make time for this. David looks at Rachel, his eyes soft. Thank you for giving us another chance. I know it wasn't easy. Rachel smiles, her voice gentle. We all learned a lot. I'm proud of us. As the afternoon fades, Rachel's voice comes in as a quiet reflection. There was a time I thought we'd never get here. I felt small, humiliated, and alone. But healing is possible, even after the hardest days. It takes courage to break old patterns, to choose kindness, and to listen, really listen, to the people you love. Our family isn't perfect, but we're stronger now. We know how to talk, how to forgive, and how to start again. The camera lingers on the family feelings jar, sitting in the picnic basket, now filled with colorful notes. Some silly, some serious, all honest. It shines in the sunlight, a symbol of hope and unity. Rachel glances at David, their hands finding each other. They sit quietly, watching Ethan and Maddie play under the trees, grateful for their children's strength and the second chance to grow as a family. Have you ever seen a family come together after a difficult moment? What helped them heal? Share your experience. Rachel leans her head on David's shoulder, her heart at peace, as the screen fades to the soft laughter of their children and the promise of a new chapter. If this story moved you, please give it a like and share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more real-life, emotional stories. And if you know someone who could use a little hope and healing, share this video with them. Your support means so much to us.